Our story last ended with Lord Beerus learning of the Saiyan son Goku and the fact that he has the Speed Force. Now, if you guys already know, the Speed Force was banned among mortals and gods or anyone to use that power because of how dangerous it is, as it's almost impossible for anyone to even use it to begin with. Now, Beerus knows that if this is the case, he could travel through time if learned enough, and that could cause a whole problem. So Beerus wants to go meet this Saiyan right now. If this Saiyan cannot keep his powers under control, or he's even a threat to the balance of the universe, Beerus will have to stop him. As they are then heading towards Earth, even Whis states himself, "My lord, if he has fully mastered power over the Speed Force, not even you could maybe match his speed." And Beerus says, "Shut up, no, it's fine." They would then arrive on Earth where Goku was with his friends celebrating Bulma's 38th birthday party. Goku would not be on King Kai's world this time, just because. And when Beerus does arrive, the first thing first, he wants to see is Goku. This is more of a serious matter than even his rival that can match his power. This is serious, because if Zeno finds out or others, this would cause the destruction of their universe, maybe even all the other ones, if Zeno feels like it. You guys remember, Zeno got mad and he wiped out 6 other universes just like that. Well, Lord Beerus would then meet Goku, where he would walk right up to him and begin almost inspecting Goku, seeing what Goku would do. Now, Beerus would explain who he is and the fact that he knows that Goku has what's called the Speed Force, and he says that that power should not be held by anybody, nor gods, nor even mortals for that matter. And he says, "I should just Hakai you right now and finish the problem." But Goku explains, "I haven't done anything bad at all." And Beerus says, "You haven't time traveled." He says, "No." He says, "You never tried." He said, "No, not really." But then Beerus would not really sense any evil intent from Goku, so he says, "I want to fight you then." He wants to see how Goku can control this power. So, Beerus still has this premonition of a being that could rival his power. Now, some people might ask, well, wouldn't that just be the Super Saiyan God? It definitely can. And if Goku reaches that divinity, who knows how fast Goku can actually use the Speed Force. Because Speed Force, we're mixing in a little bit of Dragon Ball, does kind of tie into some of the transformations, because he can just increase his power even more. Base Goku was already absurdly fast. He's way faster than the original, not even no concept. But imagine when he stacks transformations on top of it, how strong Goku can actually become. So they would still get the 5 Saiyans needed to give their energy to Goku, having 6 total, thus birthing the Super Saiyan God. Now with this, Goku has no clue how far he can actually reach with the Speed Force. It's almost like he unlocked a whole new realm of power. Because remember, Goku was still immortal. He's still held back. But imagine if he unlocked divinity, how far he can really use the Speed Force. It's a whole new world of power, which is very dangerous. Having that kind of divinity and that much Speed Force within you will cause other beings to get a little curious, maybe something more deathly. Well, Goku would then begin his battle with Beerus, not using the Speed Force as much. He wants to kind of use the power of Super Saiyan God first and get used to it. But then near the end of the match, Goku starts using the Speed Force, and Beerus cannot keep up with Goku. Goku was even shocked with how fast he can move, and he's not stopping his growth. Beerus says this is becoming a problem. He's getting too fast, to where not even Beerus can keep up with Goku, and Goku's able to hold his own much better against Beerus dodging his attacks. Beerus can't even lay a finger on him. Beerus would even go full power, where one strike could actually kill Goku, but he just can't hit Goku. Goku's too fast. So, Beerus has all the strength where he can one-shot Goku pretty much, but Goku has the speed, and he cannot touch Goku. Goku's just landing millions of punches on Beerus, which aren't really hurting him, because Beerus is still far above him in terms of raw strength, but speed, Goku has him way outclassed. Now, Goku would then lose the power of Super Saiyan God, but he still tries fighting Beerus in Super Saiyan. He did absorb the power within himself, getting stronger, but in the end, Goku would just soon run out of stamina because his attacks aren't really doing anything to Beerus. Now, Beerus might have durability and strength, but he doesn't have the speed. Goku would just lose. And Beerus would spare Goku, explain that you still controlled yourself even after all that. And it's also because Beerus is kind of lazy when it comes to this stuff. He just says, no matter what, never time travel. Don't even try it, or else I will to destroy you. He explains how serious it is. He says that it's banned among beings that are even higher than me and my teacher Whis. They will wipe out the entire universe in an instant if they find out that someone is using time travel. So, Goku would understand. So Goku and Vegeta would still go to Whis' world where they would continue their training. Now, Whis is very interested. Although Whis is concerned that someone has Speed Force power, he has the power to where soon he could cause problems for everyone. But Whis doesn't really see Goku doing that. Now, Whis will still train Goku and Vegeta. They're still training. Now, Vegeta did get a few months of training before Goku, so Vegeta was able to catch up to Goku in terms of strength-ish level. Now, one thing to note as well, Goku can increase his potential. A lot of people don't know that because he can increase his ki circulation. He can literally increase his cells and increase how strong he can get at a faster rate. He can heal himself faster, he can train faster, so he is completely outclassing Vegeta. Now, Goku with the Speed Force power, would Whis be able to catch Goku if Goku tries using it against Whis? Well, one thing to note as well, Whis has Ultra Instinct. Now, Ultra Instinct works to where if the being is stronger than you, you cannot touch this being. And even in small cases as well, when the person is much stronger than you, you are able to dodge most attacks unless their speed is further than yours. We saw this with Jiren, to where although UI Goku was fighting a base form Jiren, and Jiren did get the upper hand, in some cases, Goku was dodging a lot of his attacks. Although Jiren was a lot stronger than him and faster, Goku can just dodge instantly without even thinking. But then when Jiren started getting more serious, he started really going all out. Goku was getting hit a few times. And so it's kind of a weird statement. It's almost similar to the Hakai technique. If the person is much stronger than you by a huge margin in terms of speed, strength, they are able to land hits even on somebody who has Ultra Instinct, although it's still very difficult. So this means that when Goku is fighting Whis, training with him, even Goku using the Speed Force, in my opinion, in Super Saiyan Blue, which is even 50 times higher than Super Saiyan God, because it's just Super Saiyan stacked on top of the God form, in more simple terms, that would mean, would Goku be able to hit Whis? I would say yes and no. I think that Goku can actually scratch Whis whenever he really goes all out using Speed Force. But Goku doesn't go full board. Why? Because if he uses too much Speed Force, he could accidentally travel too much. You know, Goku using Speed Force is very dangerous. He has to keep it controlled. But if Goku did go 100% right now, he was attacking Whis, he would actually be able to maybe land a hit on Whis. That goes to show you just how fast Goku actually is becoming. It's kind of ridiculous. It's where he can overwhelm somebody who has Ultra Instinct. Now, Whis can still one-tap him. If Whis lands a hit on him, he can kill him because Whis is far stronger than him. But in terms of speed, Goku's high up there. Now, of course, Vegeta is training harder than ever to try and keep up with Goku, although he is struggling, but he's doing his best. Now, the events of the Golden Frieza arc. If Frieza was wished back to life, we all know what would happen. This version of Goku was stronger than the original because he can increase his potential, and he's also training faster. On top of this, you also have a Goku who is infinitely times faster than the original. What is Frieza going to do? Even if you put Frieza training for a year, it wouldn't have mattered because Goku would just be faster than him. And on top of that, if Frieza trained for his 3 months, he gets his golden form, it wouldn't really be Goku, I don't think, fighting. I think Vegeta would then step up first. You could maybe say that Goku fights Frieza in his base form when Frieza went to his final form. They kind of went at it a little bit. I don't think Goku uses Speed Force much here in this scenario because Goku's already above Frieza. Now he's even stronger, so Frieza kind of has no chance against Goku. That's when I think Vegeta would then step in. Goku's more fine with it because Frieza was outclassed by him pretty easily. Then we would see Blue Vegeta versus Golden Frieza. Now, Vegeta was pretty much the same strength as Goku, and we know that Goku got overwhelmed by Golden Frieza at first, but this wouldn't happen this time. Why? Because this version of Vegeta, number one, trained with a stronger Goku. Number two, is training harder than before, having more motivation because Goku's so much stronger. So Vegeta is in turn stronger. This means that the domination from the start of the match when Golden Frieza was overwhelming blue level characters wouldn't happen. Vegeta would pretty much be even or a little bit above Golden Frieza, overwhelming him. and Frieza would soon get weaker and weaker because of stamina problem. Even if you say Frieza spent more time training his form, maybe an extra month, because Frieza potential is weird, and he mastered his golden form, it don't matter. I still think that Vegeta would have won. It would have been a good fight, Vegeta would have won, and Frieza was in his final form. One difference here, Frieza blew up the planet out of desperation. Vegeta did drop his guard. This would not happen. Why? Because Goku would see it. And Goku would use his Speed Force ability, grabbing Frieza before he could blow up the planet. As soon as he sends Frieza's energy spike to blow up the Earth, Goku would have already been there, stopping Frieza and killing him with a single strike. And this would have angered Vegeta, who then threw Frieza's body and destroyed it. He was angry at Kakarot for stealing his thunder, but Goku says he didn't see it, but Frieza was going to blow up the planet, and he would have succeeded, and Whis would have even confirmed it. As Whis could sense it too, but he just didn't do anything, because Whis is neutral. Now Beerus was bored. He says, alright, let's go back home, I'm tired, as they had his strawberry sundae. Now, for the events of the Universe 6 and 7 arc would be a little bit interesting, because Champa would have no chance. Hit was his most best fighter, and his is his time-skipping ability. Goku already was outpacing Hit, even in his time-skip ability, before with Kaioken. Imagine a Goku with the Speed Force and how fast he is, or he's able to land a punch on an angel. Yeah, unfortunately for Hit, his time skip doesn't mean anything. Goku would just run around like it's nothing. It's child's play to him. That is nothing to him. So let's just say that most of the fighting goes kind of similar. The one difference here is I don't think Vegeta and Piccolo would have a turn. And why is that? Well, it's actually, maybe you could say against Kaba, maybe Vegeta wants to jump in. Maybe he takes down Kaba, Vegeta, and then he loses against Hit, and then Goku then steps in. Maybe, but realistically, Goku would just blitz the whole team. There's nothing that they could do. The only kind of cool fight would be Vegeta, because Goku's punches maybe not do too much against him, but you gotta remind you that Goku would just, kind of defeat him. So, unfortunately against Hit, wouldn't really do too much, as you could just say that Vegeta swapped places with Goku because he wanted to fight Kaba, and Vegeta takes out Kaba after Tishima turns Super Saiyan. He defeats Vegeta by yelling something mean at him, and then when he fights Hit, Vegeta does a little bit better than the original, but Hit does defeat him still. Vegeta was tired after fighting so many matches. Goku then jumps back on in. Also, the event of Frost poisoning Goku would not go the way you think. Why is this? It's because Goku would willfully step out for Vegeta to swap in. Goku's still in the tournament. This means that Piccolo wouldn't realistically have a turn. So when Frost originally poisoned Goku, Goku was poisoned, was knocked out. That wouldn't really happen. Why is this? Well, number one, Goku's vision's much better. You can even say maybe he even spots it. But if he was still poisoned, remember, his system is moving way faster than the original. The poison effect would not last. He would still be a little woozy, maybe for about a second or two, but then he would shake it off as the effect finished. And Frost was in shock. How did he do that? Goku didn't know what that was, but he would have knocked him out, where Frost was then revealed to have a secret needle, and Goku was then the victor. So that's how that match would go. Goku would not be knocked out, and because of Frost cheating, Goku would be able to kick him out before that would happen. Because his body's moving much faster, he would overcome the effect of poison at a much faster rate. So then, Goku versus Hit, we know how that goes. His time skip would not do anything to Goku. Goku would overwhelm Hit with absolute ease, knocking him out of the ring. The match would have been over. Beerus would still wish for Champa's world to be brought back. That would all go the same. Now this is where our story is going to take a huge turn. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. The Goku Black arc. Now Trunks was still fleeing for his life against a being who was so powerful and so fast that Trunks has never seen this before. Trunks was able to escape using the time machine. The person allowed him to. Why is this? Well, Trunks doesn't know. He just remembers waking up and trying to hit Goku, thinking that he was Goku Black, as the hair looks similar. Trunks would then explain what's happened. He explained that in his future, things were peaceful, until one day, somebody appeared. He was so fast that I couldn't even keep up with him. And he says that he uses the Speed Force. This surprises Goku, and Goku says, "Who is he?" And he says he doesn't know, because this person had a mask covering his face. But he says that he wants to destroy all versions of Goku. Now, of course, this would shock Goku himself. He says, well, why? And he says he doesn't know why, and he doesn't know why he was in his timeline. Now, of course, we know why, but he says that he said that he came from a different time, somehow. As shortly afterwards, this being would then appear, jumping through time. The being would then stand there, but they couldn't really get a grasp on what he really looks like face-wise, as this being would then instantly turn to Goku. That's who he's been looking for. Now, Goku asked, who is he? And what does he want? And he says, I want you. Goku says, what? And he says, I want your power, your speed force. That's what I want. Now, of course, Goku was shocked to hear this, as this doesn't make any sense. Why? Why does he want his power? Now, this user would explain that everything in due time will work out. Trust me. And he explains that there's a bigger picture that you don't even realize. As him and Goku would kind of go at it, Beerus is dead serious on this because there's somebody else that can use the Speed Force, and his control even seems better than Goku's. This being and Goku kind of go at it, boxing each other up. Goku uses the Speed Force, and so does he. He would run circles around Goku and explain that you're still immature with the Speed Force. You don't know the true power that it can grant you. But don't worry. Once when I kill you and take all the Speed Force, I will change everything. And Goku doesn't know what that means. But then, this being would then flee, as he would disappear, and they don't know where he went. Whis explains that this being left. He traveled to a different timeline. And Goku says, well, what do we do? And Beerus says, this is out of your control now. We need to go see Grand Zeno. Now, Zeno would still call for Goku. Remember, Goku still has the Zeno button, mind you. Zeno would personally need Goku to come here. So Goku would then travel towards Zeno's palaces, and then they would speak to Zeno. Now, Zeno knows that Goku does have a Speed Force. He's omnipotent. He knows. He's been allowing Goku to have it, but he says that this other guy is a problem. Zeno explains that he cannot catch this being because he's so fast. He's running to different timelines before Zeno could do anything, and they can't catch him. And then Goku would then turn around to see a version of Trunks. Oh, that's weird. Trunks, wait, weren't you just back in Earth? Trunks would then bow to Zeno, as then another Kai was with him, the Supreme Kai of Time. Trunks would then talk to Goku and explain who he is. He explains that he's not the Trunks that he knows. He's actually a version of Trunks from a different time that was destroyed. He's a time patroller. He explains that they control time itself. Every reality, every time, everything, they control it. This being is trying to kill every version of Goku. They don't know why. Trunks believes, with from Kai Time, it's because he's trying to absorb more of the Speed Force. Each Goku that he kills, he grows stronger. And Goku says, well, how do we stop him? And he says, he wants you as the main course. You are, other than him, the only other Speed Force user. He's trying to delete you, trying to get rid of you. And Trunks says, killing the competition. Maybe when there's no more Gokus left, he then learns the ability of Speed Force more, to where then he's able to kill you, take your Speed Force. With that power, he can reshape the entire everything into his own image. Not even Zeno could stop him. And then Goku says, well, what do we do? And he says, the problem is, what can you do? You are the only one that could stop him. And Trunks says, you don't realize the power that you have within you. You need to push it past its limits. And Trunks says, because if we do not, something is going to happen. the Speed Force will punish you and come after your soul. Goku says, what? He says, you don't want to know. But then Goku would then go back to his normal timeline, as Trunks would let them know what happens, as this version of Goku Black is traveling different timelines. He's killing Goku. Now, they would finally get a jump on him, as Goku Black himself has just handled a few versions of Goku. Now, these versions of Goku don't have the Speed Force, but the more that he's fighting Goku, the more he's learning about the Speed Force, because Goku Black has natural growth, as he is in fear. As he would then look at a timeline of a version of Goku that he defeated. This version of Goku, of course, maybe unlocked Super Saiyan early, or whatever, doesn't matter, he was just killed. As Goku Black is in fear, he says he needs more, or else it will come kill him, as he knows he needs to leave. Then a portal would then open up, as it was Goku himself arriving with the Time Patrol. Goku would then challenge Goku Black, and Goku Black knows that they can't hang around here. It is coming. It senses Speed Force users. As him and Goku would then begin going at it, chasing each other, fighting each other, as the version of Goku Black is above Goku slightly in terms of skill with the Speed Force. Goku's able to hold his own in terms of strength. Goku Black would then stand completely still in fear, as it has arrived. And what is it? Goku would then stay still, as Goku Black says, don't move. As then, an ungodly screech hit their ears, as even Trunks and the other Time Patrollers are terrified of it. Now, of course, it's not looking for them. It's looking for the two speedsters. And we all know what this thing is. It's death itself. Death for the Speed Force users. Now, originally, we know the name is Black Flash. Black Flash is a being that is basically the Speed Force's version of the Grim Reaper. Now, basically, this being, or creature, or entity, basically chases after Speed Force users who overuse the Speed Force, who wants to bring their souls and connect them to the Speed Force. Goku Black's whole plan is to be the Speed Force himself. Well, this is the Speed Force kind of overusing it. It's personification of death, and it's going to return their power to the Speed Force. Now, Black Flash is originally known for his ability to harvest the souls of speedsters and ensuring that they are reunited, because Goku Black is not maintaining the balance of the Speed Force. Now, of course, we're not going to call it Black Flash. We can just call it maybe Black Goku, but it's not that. It doesn't look like really anything. It's just a monstrosity. But we'll just call it Black Flash for fun, because why not? As it's a hulking monstrosity, and Goku and Goku Black have to stand completely still, but it doesn't sense them. Goku Black would then flee, being able to escape the Death Flash, as it already left the area. And Goku would then arrive back with a Time Patrol where it is safe for now. As long as Goku doesn't really use the Speed Force, he explains what was that thing. Trunks would then get grim, and he explains that was death. He explains that they call it the Black Flash. It's basically the Speed Force's version of a Grim Reaper and Collector. When there's an imbalance in the Speed Force, somebody abusing the power or causing an imbalance, it sends that thing. Its speed is unmatched. It will collect your soul and bring you to the Speed Force itself. Goku Black is trying to become the Speed Force itself. That thing is trying to correct it. And he explains it doesn't matter if it senses the Speed Force, it will kill you. Now, of course, this gets very serious, as Trunks says that we need to stop this version of Goku Black. Now, they would then finally get another track, as Goku Black is almost calling for Goku to come after him. As Goku would then travel with the Time Patrol helping him to a random timeline. As Goku Black was waiting for him, he explains that this is far enough away to where the Black Flash cannot catch us, but this is where it ends. He he explains, once when I kill you and take your speed force, I will be able to become the speed itself. And Goku asked him, who are you and why? As the mask would then come off as it was Goku Black, as we know. Now Goku was shocked to see his own face, and he says, how? Why? As he puts the mask back on, he explains, I've always hated you. He explains that my real name is Zamasu, the Kai. He explained that long ago, he met Goku himself. Now this version of Zamasu is not the one that we know of. He's from a completely different timeline. I met you. You, instead of being born in Universe 7, was born in my universe. You were evil. You grew too much in power, and you then killed my master Gowasu. Killed all the Kais. Destroyed that universe. I then realized that I could not let a mortal like you survive. So, to ensure that mortals should never have access to the Speed Force, I will become its sheriff, becoming Speed Force itself, and killing every version of you, so you will never be able to use the Speed Force. He doesn't understand why it chose him, but he needed it. So how was he able to unlock the Speed Force? Simple. He just recreated what happened. He was able to swap, using the Super Dragon Balls, into Goku's body. He then saw and knew how he unlocked the Speed Force with due to the lightning. He would then recreate and be able to learn how to tap into the Speed Force forcefully, and now he has access. But he explains, and of course doing that imbalanced the Speed Force, which gave birth to that monstrosity that you saw that's hunting after me and potentially you. And he explains, until the balance is fixed and it has a soul, it will not stop. And I would much rather it be you after I'm done taking your power. And it'll kind of leave me alone. And he explains that I've already killed thousands of versions of you, and there's only a few left. Once when I do, I will then destroy the Time Patrol, having access to time itself, being able to jump wherever I want. And nothing can stop me. Now, of course, Goku and Goku Black would begin going at it, chasing each other and battling one another, using their own speed. Now, this means that, of course, Goku needs to use more speed than he's ever used before. As Goku Black says, come chase me if you can keep up. He then flees. Goku would then begin chasing after him as they're running so fast, they're jumping through universes, dimensions, everything. And he says, let's go faster. Show me how fast you can become. He then begins jumping through time. These two are fighting and jumping through time, different timelines, different realities, everything, by going so fast. They're jumping through different multiverses. As each punch that they're delivering to each other, they're jumping through different portals, different dimensions, to where we even see them fighting different versions of Goku was there. One was even an Omni Goku and Omni Vegeta who actually kept up with them for just a split second, but then it disappeared. One was a different version of Goku. They were jumping through different what-ifs of Goku that were created by somebody. As they would then see a strange-looking version of Goku who had a great sage, one that was half Namekian. They then had one that had Goku Black's adaptation. They then had one who had permanent Kaioken, one that was born early, one that was locked in Whis' staff, one that was half angel. As they were then going faster, he says, you see? Look at all these different versions of you. As they were then standing in between timelines that had all these orbs of these different versions of Goku that were created. All different versions. And he explains, why don't we go faster? So much faster. And he explains, come on then. As they begin, because they're bouncing off one another, they're getting stronger, but the more they're fighting. They're going so fast, fighting one another, that then death has appeared. The Black Flash. Black Flash will begin chasing them as they are running so fast from him that they are beginning to jump to different concepts. Black Flash would then begin tackling Goku, trying to attack him, as then Goku Black would appear, kicking Black Flash. Both of them actually fighting Black Flash at the same time because of how dangerous it is. The Speed Force is being used so much that as all three of them are fighting to survive, as a single punch was thrown as they're running, they would then be in a strange world as Goku would look around. Then there was a strange man with a cape. His name was Omni-Man. Omni-Man would be confused on who he is, as then Goku Black then tackles Goku, jumping to a whole different concept. As then they'll be confused looking around. Wait, what is this? A strange ninja like being Naruto would then fly in, but then it was in the middle of a battle, and then boom, a different reality, and then a different reality. One even had Marvel, one even had DC, to where then another man appeared and ran alongside Goku himself. As he would then laugh and explains his name's the Flash, and he says he'll give him a little help. He then gives Goku a nudge, giving Goku some more of the Speed Force, and Goku be confused on who that guy was. He seemed pretty cool. As while fighting, they would then land in another strange world. As then Goku Black would then get up laughing at how insane this is. This is incredible. Infinite possibilities. We can run to different concepts. Isn't this amazing? As they temporarily outpace the Black Flash with the normal Flash's help. As Goku Black would then see a strange man with a cape. His outfit was horrendous though. He had a bald head. He actually had a bag of groceries, and he says, huh? Who are you guys? Now Goku can sense limitless power from this being. As Goku Black would then state, another bald fool. As Saitama would kind of be irritated that someone threatened his bald head, he would actually throw a punch towards Goku Black that would actually hit him and shatter some of his mask, which would launch Goku and Goku Black to another concept. They would then land back in their whole concept of Dragon Ball, landing back as Goku finally got the upper hand on Goku Black from whoever that bald guy was. He doesn't know. And that other dude who named himself the Flash too. He kind of looked pretty cool. He helped them out. Goku was so overcharged with Speed Force energy, he was absorbing Goku Black's power. Then the Black Flash found them again. And this time it's not leaving. Goku Black would then beg Goku to try and stop him. As the Black Flash runs towards them, Goku would then grab Goku Black, putting him in front of himself, as Black Flash would then stab his hand through Goku Black's heart, ripping out his soul. As then, Black Flash would then look to Goku as it would then disappear. Now Goku was beginning to get overcharged with energy. It's too much Speed Force. Now, Goku knows that he needs to somehow put it back. So Goku, it's almost like it's calling to Goku. Goku would then run full speed to somewhere. He doesn't know where, it's just calling to him. He would then be in nothing but total darkness. He would then see just a ball of light. As Goku would then reach his hand out, he explains that he doesn't want this much power. It's too dangerous for anybody to have. As the ball seemed unstable, it was imbalanced. And then Black Flash was there too, putting the soul inside of the strange ball of energy. Goku doesn't know what's happening as it stands behind it. Goku would then hold his hand out as then the lightning of the Speed Force was being taken from Goku. As Goku was then reverted back to normal, as Goku felt like he was going to explode with so much power, it was too much. As then, the Black Flash would just kind of dissipate. As Goku doesn't know what he still has a Speed Force energy, of course not supercharged like it was from fighting Goku Black and getting supercharged by another version of a speedster. They don't know. As Goku would then be sent back to his normal Earth, back to his normal timeline. Everything was fixed. Whatever that ball of light was, it almost called to Goku. Maybe it was the Speed Force itself. Everything was okay. The Time Patrol was fixing the timelines. Goku was back in his time. Zeno forgave Goku as long as he played with him. And Trunks would then go back to his timeline. Goku would actually still get a future version of Zeno and bring him back. Things were normal. And Goku was in true shock. he never realized that there were so many realities out there, different beyond his own 12 universes, something out there with different concepts of characters and whole different worlds that he's never seen before, different stories. And he really wished that he could fight more of those guys. It's infinite possibilities, but he's content where he is now. But he knows how dangerous that power is. No being should have that much energy. So, now that we're back down to normal Dragon Ball stuff, hope you guys enjoy the little roller coaster. We would then have Goku, of course, during the events of a Tournament of Power. Would this happen? Potentially, maybe because it's kind of like Goku's sorry to Zeno. Zeno, of course, is mad at Goku for misusing the Speed Force, so Goku says, how about we have a fun tournament where everybody can fight, be fun? Goku still would have voiced it in the Universe 6 tournament, so Zeno was still down for it. This means that the Tournament of Power would still happen. Now, with Beerus having Goku on his side, yeah. Although Goku was, of course, not as supercharged as he was when he fought the version of Goku Black and all that, he still has all the Speed Force. He didn't lose it all. He's just not being too overwhelmed by it. He's still even stronger than before, which means versus Jiren, Jiren would have no chance and Jiren would have been defeated. Now, Goku would have still brought Frieza back, which means that the events of the Broly movie would still have happened. And unfortunately for Broly, he would not be able to match mainly Goku. Goku's too fast for him. And or Vegeta. So Broly would have been defeated, but sent back to Vampa with Chilai's help. Frieza would have been let go. Now, during the events of the Moro Saga, it would, again, Goku would just blitz Moro. There's nothing that Moro can do. Yes, he has magic that can absorb Ki, but not Speed Force energy. It would be pretty dangerous if he could actually absorb Speed Force energy, but realistically, even if you wanted to say, sure, why not? Why doesn't he absorb Speed Force power? And he does get faster and stronger, but it overwhelms him because his body's not used to it and he dies from it. But either way, there would have been no chance. Now, one thing to note, would Goku have unlocked Ultra Instinct? No, he wouldn't have, as it wouldn't make too much sense. Now, would he have learned it? Maybe, as having Ultra Instinct with the Speed Force is kind of redundant because Goku's so fast it doesn't matter anyway, so I don't really think Goku needs it. Now, Vegeta would still unlock Ultra Ego, as that would make him much stronger. Now, during the events of the Gas and Granola arc, although Gas and Granola did wish themselves to be much stronger, Frieza would have still trained for 10 years. That would have still happened. Unfortunately, I think Goku would have been able to beat Frieza. Now, Major Dragon, how's that possible? Now, although you could say that maybe Frieza's stronger than Goku, I think that would not be the case. Even if Frieza trained for 10 years, I think it'll be a good battle, with Frieza being on similar strength with Goku, but Goku having much more superior speed to Frieza, and Goku would have killed Frieza. Or you would have had Beerus step in as the fight is getting too intense. It was stated to Ritaro that Beerus is still stronger than Frieza currently. He stated that, so Black Frieza would have lost. Now, what about the events of a superhero movie for Gohan, Piccolo, Red One Army? That would go the same. We're going to say it goes the exact same. Why would it really change? As for the past that point, really, there's no one else to really talk about. Now, I know I did skip over Daima. Daima would just end much faster. No, I don't think Goku would unlock Super Saiyan 4 because he wasn't overwhelmed by Goma. All he had to do was just hit him in the head 3 times in the back of the head and he would have won. Goku being so fast, even as a kid, Goma wouldn't be able to hit him. Goku would have been able to knock the eye out of him and he would have been defeated. So the events of Daima was just kind of skipped over. It would have been ended so much faster. And this is it. So that is it for this series, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I kind of blissed over the last couple of arcs. It's just because it would go so much faster. Goku is so fast, and on top of that, he's much more powerful than the original. He doesn't need Ultra Instinct or anything like that to defeat some of these enemies. And unfortunately, Frieza would have still arrived, maybe even killed Granola or even Gas. Goku would have battled Frieza. That would have been a good fight, but Goku's still above Frieza in terms of speed. Beerus would have either killed Frieza or Goku would have beaten Frieza himself. The main threat was really Goku Black, and Trunks just went back to his destroyed timeline with Mai, and things were okay for Trunks. It's just they started rebuilding the world again. So anyway, that is it for this What If. Thank you all so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. Let's get to 50,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.